Today, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite rare fish species, but also talk kind of in general about how you can find rare fish. Hey fish friends, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. My name is Zenzo from Tazawa Tanks. Now, I keep a lot of aquariums. You can see them all behind me. If you're not familiar with my channel, lots of aquariums, lots of fish tanks, upstairs, downstairs, most of them down here in this aquarium room. Now, I do like to keep lots of different types of fish, from African cichlids to brackish water fish, community fish, and I keep a fish that is pretty rare, and those are mudskippers. Now, I have two different variants of mudskippers. I have Indian mudskippers and African mudskippers. I've made a lot of videos about them, different types, how to take care of them, how to make the water that they need to be in, which is brackish water, which is a mixture of fresh water and salt water. Now, oftentimes people will ask me, where do you get mudskippers? I know that they're hard to find. I've talked to fish stores before. I've talked to the wholesalers, and I've heard from many of you around the country and around the world that you have a hard time finding mudskippers. Well, one of the reasons why they're hard to find is because of what's happening in the world right now with the pandemic. These are fish that are wild caught. These are not bred in captivity. There's no farm that people are just, breeding tons and tons of these fish and then selling them to the fish stores. These are caught from the wild, and because of everything that's happening right now, it's not so easy to have people catch them and get them on airplanes and have them travel over, because there's less of that commerce happening right now. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason is it is a wild caught fish. It's a fish that might not be very common in the fish hobby anyway, and the fact that it's not the most easiest fish to take care of for many people. There's not a whole lot of them in the hobby, and the fact that people like myself that have made YouTube videos about them and they've increased in popularity, it has made it difficult for people to get them, because when I make a video, people go out and buy them, the ones that are available, and then all of a sudden they can't find them again, which I have been told I was one of the reasons why there was a boom on these fish a couple of years ago when I talked to some of the wholesalers. Now, recently, I got a bunch more. I now have my African mudskipper paludarium, which you can't see, but I'll have some B-roll. They're right here. I've got my Indian ones way back over there with the waterfall tank. And then down below in those aquariums, there are a bunch more. Now, in total, I have over 30 mudskippers of the two different variants. Now, how do you get these fish, or how do you get rare fish in general? Now, it can be difficult, and the fact that they are rare, right, means that they're not readily available. They can be hard to find, but it's not impossible. I had reached out to a friend several months ago and said, I am looking for these fish for a specific reason. Can you help me? I reached out to a few friends. I reached out to some friends that work in fish stores, ones that have relationships with wholesalers, etc. One of my friends finally contacted me. Oh, he said, let me look into it. A few months later, he reached out to me and said, we found some and we've got them coming in from Africa. So I put the word out. I knew that this was something that I might have to be very patient and wait a long time to get. And they found some for me, and I basically got to buy as many as I wanted. Now, in this situation, I was actually able to go directly to the importer, the wholesaler, and the transshipper, whatever you want to call them. This is not open to the public, but because of my connection with my friend, he brought me along, and we were able to get these. And I got a bunch of them. Now I've got a bunch of them in holding right now. They're still small, they're growing out, and they're not all for me. I'm going to keep a few of them. I've got a project for them, but a lot of them are going to another home, which I can't talk about right now. It's kind of a big project that I'm working on with someone else, but I am taking care of them for now. I'm growing them out, making sure they're healthy, quarantining them, etc. So, but anyway, if you want to find a rare fish, you just have to ask. You have to be persistent and say, this is the fish that I want, and I'm willing to wait for it to get it, and I will pay the right price for those. Now, Rare fish are not inexpensive, so you'll have to keep that in mind. You might be, shelling out a lot of money to get them, but you need to be able to communicate what exactly it is that you're looking for and make sure that you're talking to the right people. If you live in an area where there's not a local fish store that can order them for you, you might have to get on the phone or send some emails to some of the different importers around the country, or talk to other local fish stores or other stores that can ship to you and say, this is on my list, and I'll put a deposit down, I'm willing to wait whatever it takes to get those fish in. Obviously, you want to be prepared and make sure that you are ready to accept those when they become available, because you don't know if they're available next week or 6 months down the road. So you have to have some kind of plan to be able to take care of those fish when they do arrive, because sometimes when they order it for you, they have no idea if they're gonna come or not. They might put it on their list, and every week, they're putting it on their list to order for you, and it may or may not be available. So be patient, be persistent, and be ready. So with that, there's lots of different kinds of rare fish available, different types of water, if you want a rare saltwater fish or freshwater fish or brackish water fish, small, big, etc. All different types. You just have to, know what you want, do your research, make sure that you are well-versed and prepared to take care of them. And don't just get something because it's a fad. So don't just think because you watch this video and they look cool, jumping around and eating bugs or whatever, that's the fish that's for you, because there might be other things involved with the care of those fish that you're not really prepared for, and it wasn't really something that you were looking for. So anyway, do your research, and just when you are ready to pull the trigger and get that fish that you want, put the word out, and just be patient. So in my case, I had to wait. I think I had asked about these last late summer, early fall, something like that. And we were waiting a few months, and ended up getting them, and and I don't know when they'll be available again. So I bought a bunch knowing that they may not be available again for another 6 months, another year or so. So anyway, I hope you like this short little video, this quick little tip on how to get rare fish, some of the things that you might have to do to get them. If you like these mud skippers, comment down below what you think about them. I've made lots of videos. Most people seem to think they're pretty cool. So I'm actually not gonna share a whole lot with this aquarium right now, because I'm going to be making some changes to it, some upgrades. I've been learning a lot about mud skipper care over the past couple of years. I've made some mistakes, admittedly, and I've also found some things that work well. And so from my learnings and reading up on them, I'm making a few adjustments to this tank, which I will share with you guys in the near future. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Sometimes I talk so fast, I speak so quickly that I trip over my words. But make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you can see future content. Make sure to like this video, share it with your friends. That's all I had for now. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.